The FDM method uses thermomechanical analysis, meaning thermal analysis first and then structural analysis. Therefore, there would be the modeling of two analyses. The thermal analysis results, which is a nodal temperature field, will be applied to the structural model. Let's see the results of the thermal analysis. You're seeing the temperature distribution in the deposition of the first three layers of the wall. Now let's see the structural analysis results. This is the stress distribution in the deposition of the first three layers. This is the final shape of the model after printing and cooling. Notice that the scale factor is 2. We will explain more in the results. The first thing in any simulation is the model's geometry. This is the substrate on which the wall will be printed, and you can see its dimensions. And this is the wall itself. When they are assembled, it's going to look like this. This figure shows you the position of the wall on the substrate. So what about the layers of the model? This is a 3D printing simulation. The FDM method is a little bit different compared to the LPBF method. In the FDM, the material is deposited as beads in a predefined path, stacking layer by layer to form the model. Now you might ask what a bead is and what are you talking about? Let's make an example to understand better. Suppose we want to print this block with the FDM method. When the machine starts to print it, this is how it proceeds. These tiny circular bars pile up to form the block. We would call each of these tiny bars the bead. The length of each bead is the length of the block. The beads can have a circular or rectangular cross-section. The bead height is parallel to the stack direction, and the bead width is perpendicular. Well, of course, they are equal in this case. But when the cross-section has a rectangular shape, they could be different. Now, if the bead height and width equal 2 millimeters, the bead cross-section would be 2 times 2 millimeters. The thickness of each layer would be 2 millimeters because of the bead height. And the number of layers equals 3 because the total thickness of the model is 6, and 2 times 3 equals 6. And there will be 6 beads in each layer because the total width of the block is 12, and 6 times 2 equals 12. Now that you've understood what a bead is and how the FDM forms the model, let's see the bead dimensions of our own model. The bead height equals 0.9071 millimeters, so each layer's thickness would also be this value. Therefore, the number of layers will be 12. The bead width equals 3.35 millimeters, and there will be 3 beads in each layer. This is how the model looks when we mesh it according to these data, which will be explained later. So this is the bead cross-section. In Abaqus, we can model it either as single or multiple elements. Keep it in mind, and we will explain more when we mesh the model.